Let's do this. This is the TSL. Let's go.
Four, three, two, one. PokerStrategy.com.
TSL. I like you said one like there was a question mark.
Like one?
One?
Is it coming or what? No, I don't know, man. I didn't keep up with the numbers and stuff. Everything kind of went wrong for me there. I was looking into your deep brown eyes.
My eyes are brown. These are mood eyes, so it really depends on how I'm feeling.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, if I'm playing against a Zerg right now in StarCraft 2, they become red because I'm angry. If I'm a Protoss player, but right now they're just brown. Which I guess is what happens when I cast a PvP at the Poker Strategy TSL. Guys, thanks for joining us. It is, what, 5:15 a.m. right now in Korea. And Artosis and I are cracked out on coffee right now. Casting two awesome non-Korean players.
No place I'd rather be, Tasteless.
No place in the world
5:15 a.m.
than flying around in cyberspace.
I
know that the moment...
my home.
The moment that these two guys logged online, there was a ripple in cyberspace as his internet shut down in certain parts of the world because NonY and JF were battling it out.
The iCup server wiggled when these guys got on to play their match against each other. And we see right now it is JF with the purple Protoss in the top right, NonY with the white Protoss in the bottom left. And they are diagonally across from each other, so there is no positional advantage whatsoever on this four-player map.
Yeah, it's essentially a total mirror. Sometimes, if you do it just right, with fast cybernetics core can be very deadly because it is really tough to get that first zealot out there to rush him. And when I say fast core, I mean he's skipping the zealot. Excuse me.
You know, NonY has shown us already some really good zealot harassment in the early game. In game 1, he killed 3 probes. In game 3 rather, he killed 2 probes. So I'm wondering if we're going to see him try that again. I see that he is in fact making a zealot. Now whether this is to block the ramp, which is a really good strategy on a 4-player map, especially with one of these normal ramps that we see NonY has here, very easy to block off, as opposed to these reverse ramps, which God knows, man,
it drives me crazy, man. It's so hard to block those reverse ramps. Yeah, those are the moodiest ramps you'll ever have to deal with in StarCraft 1 is the reverse ramps because, like we always say, like Protoss, so much about scouting. If you can't block that ramp, doesn't matter now because the probe's in there. But if you can't get that,
NonY's ramp blocked with a zealot. JF's probe getting hit on the head twice and turning around.
That would suck. Hit on the head by a zealot.
I know, man. That's a stooge probe. Mo just told him to go home.
Cybernetics core is up. Looks like we might see some attempts at manor piloting, but none have succeeded so far.
Nope, not yet. NonY, though, keeping that probe alive. He's going to want to keep it alive as long as possible. Trying to get another manor pylon in there. Not going to happen, though, because JF has a probe on hold position in his mineral line to block that. A smart move by him, seeing that NonY wants to do that so badly. Well, a Dragoon about to pop out for JF, and NonY knows this and actually runs the probe away. I really like that play, because why lose an extra probe? That's silly. That would be like a dumb thing to do. In the meantime, NonY getting range and a Dragoon of his own. JF's probe just chilling outside of the base, and right now, still completely mirrored builds. I'm wondering exactly how these guys are going to deviate this game. That is the most exciting part of the PvP right about now when there's no probes scouting anymore. You'll see them choose their tech routes, and look at this. NonY, he gets a very quick robotics, while JF not teching anything quite yet.
We do see Dragoon range coming up here for JF. And for the time being, a lot of this is going to just depend on what their instincts are telling them. Neither of them got a great idea of what's going on. They're both going to say, okay, standard PvP, what are you doing cross spots? It's hard to do a push, so he might go for an expansion, but maybe he's going to get too greedy. Maybe I can punish him in another way. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can go on.
Well, we see right now both of them getting robos. NonY, in the meantime, getting a second gateway. JF, are you gonna get a second gateway too, bud? I don't see one yet. Where's your second gateway?
He could go for a Nexus. He could.
That would be interesting. We've seen NonY try a Reaver push against that, no doubt, because he's already getting the Observatory and the Robotics Support Bay. JF, though, yeah, man. Just, there we go.
There it is.
Gateway. Well, it looks like very similar builds again, just slightly differently timed buildings. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the greatest Protoss of them all?
Well, I'm not a talking mirror, but I am a. I am a.
You're one of the 7 dwarves, Tasteless.
I'd be a pretty big dwarf if that was the case.
Well, you're 2 of the 7 dwarves.
Morph together into I got this trench coat on right now. There's actually another dwarf. I'm standing on his shoulders as I snuck in here to cast this game.
The top dwarf has monkey arms.
He does. He's got long arms.
Absolutely.
It's good for wrestling nerds down.
JF, we see right now, he's making a Reaver without a shuttle. I think he's going to go for an expansion off of this. NonY.
Wow.
3 gateway with Reaver. I really like this play.
He's cutting probes, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. He wants to kill JF. Can JF successfully defend while making a Nexus? Hard to say. No telling, not knowing, Tasteless.
No telling, not knowing, indeed. It is going to all come down to this one push, though. There's going to be this one big push, and a lot of it's going to be about, is he target firing correctly with the Reavers? As we've said, NonY very solid when it comes to the Goon Reaver pushes. JF's Reaver control really shines, I think, when he's trying to harass his opponent. So this could be very, very tough for JF.
Well, you know what I like about JF's strategy here? Let's take a look at JF's 4 Dragoons that just went onto the high ground in front of his base. Basically, NonY has 2 ways to attack. Through this little high ground area, which now JF has blocked off because he has Dragoons up there, high ground advantage, of course, being huge. And then also through this somewhat small choke, it's not too big, that is to the left of that. Now JF can line up his Dragoons and get the high ground advantage there as well.
Nice observer snipe.
Yeah, you have snipes the observer, so NonY's not even going to know what's going on there. And I think NonY has actually figured out that this is maybe not the best situation for him, and has gone ahead and made his Nexus at almost the same time as JF. So this actually is not going to be all in at all. I think this was a smart deviation of NonY. I think he wanted to attack, but realized that JF's defense here was, just fine.
I think you're right. I also got to say I do agree with NonY going for the expansion. JF's position is pretty good over in this location with that mature Chrysalis. Apparently, it's finished Chrysalis puberty. Good for it. But yeah, that's a very tough angle to actually attack, to push through and kill your opponent. It almost seems to me like NonY was somewhat prepared for a pretty severe timing attack, maybe with 4-gate goons, or a Reaver push that JF had of his own. Because you don't normally go 3 gateways, get a Reaver, and then just make a Nexus too.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
There was some sort of switch up going on here, and we see JF right now. He's kind of spreading out his Dragoons up at his main base, making sure he can block any sort of Reaver drops from NonY. Now let's take a look at the supplies. We have JF at 66, NonY at 67, so this is actually an extremely tight game right now. JF just is kind of missing a gateway, but he is getting shuttle speed. NonY getting shuttle speed as well. So the only real difference we've seen so far is that NonY has an additional gateway.
Getting shuttle speed, always the right thing to do. One thing about shuttle speed is it can help you pay off all this money you spent on the Reavers. Now, if we look at JF's base over here, we can see that he does have a better defense against Reaver attacks because there's pylons covering this area. So if a shuttle tries to fly in there, he should be able to spot it. NonY has some pylons set up on the ridge of his own base, but it's not outside there, so he can't spot it.
It's feeling to me like this game is going to go long. These guys really don't have any way to attack each other. They're both macroing just fine. They're both blocking every type of drop. As you said, they have like pylons everywhere to just see anything incoming. So really, I mean, this game, I cannot see it ending anytime soon here.
What's going to be so exciting about this is to watch these two guys tech up and try to gain the positional advantage. This is a new map. They don't have a lot of experience on it. But now that we're in this phase of PvP, look, I don't see harassment doing a ton of damage, unless I'm mistaken. I'm happy to eat my words. But after that, it's all about the position war and making units. Let's follow this purple shuttle.
Yeah, man,
Sneaky shuttle.
This shuttle, I don't think it's going to do anything. Look at NonY's natural here. He's got 3 Dragoons sitting there, and then Dragoons up higher, too. JF, ooh, speed finishes, loses only the shields, only gets hit by 3 shots from the Dragoons. JF, man, he has got reflexes like a cat.
Like a very dexterous cat.
That's right. Cat with thumbs, man. Imagine that. Imagine a cat with thumbs playing Protoss with speed shuttles.
Thumbs on his feet too. He's like macroing all over this keyboard and stuff.
Oh my god!
That'd be one Gosu cat.
Well, cats though, they have like small little paws, so you know they'd have a hard time attack moving. It's kind of far away. They'd have to use like 2 feet for that.
He's got night vision too, so he can play in the dark and still not have to have like a light up keyboard. Well, nobody
puts the gamma way down. People can't even observe him.
Nobody genetically engineer a cat to play StarCraft because it would win the TSL and spend all its money on catnip. Some serious baller.
Well,
catnip.
if it spent all its money on catnip, it would not win the second TSL, man.
That's true.
I don't care.
He'd be totally messed up on catnip. Totally messed up his pro gaming career.
It happens. It happens. Well, we see JF right now. He is at 114 supply. NonY at 114 also. This is a ridiculously tight and close game. A lot of Reavers all over the place. JF right now with 4 Reavers. That is a scary thing to see. NonY, how many Reavers do you have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Reavers. Everything is mirrored, but JF has more gateways right now. He has up to 5 gateways. NonY just adding his 4th and 5th. But their supply is the same, and JF taking his 3rd base a little bit quicker. NonY getting ready to do the same thing in the bottom right. Wow, this is literally
so awesome. It's so close right now.
These guys are like the same player playing each other. But, you know, I like...
Oh, wait, hold that thought. He's going to push in now. This could be a mistake.
JF's position, though, is better, man. Look at this.
This is a very critical double shuttle timing attack here. But they both have actually even number of Reavers, it looks like. And I think as long as he controls the shuttle, actually the concave is not favoring our player here at the south.
Yeah, man, NonY is in trouble here. His Reavers have gotten more hits in, but the concave was in JF's favor, so it's a very close battle. Still 4 Reavers left for JF. How many Reavers are left for NonY? Just 2. Oh. Now it's down to 3 Reavers against 2 Reavers and a Dragoon. And JF, let's see your Reaver madness.
Kind of an anti-climactic chase scene there with those Reavers. They're so slow. He did regroup. I gotta say, both these guys playing really well. You know, when you tech up to 4 Reavers, you're really saying, I absolutely know that there's going to be a pressure play here. Really nice.
You know, the problem with that battle was JF's Reavers were way far behind his concave. And, you know, JF, he came out a little bit behind supply-wise. Right now, NonY at 100, JF at 85. But it's not as big as it seems. You know, a lot of NonY's supply is tied up in probes and shuttles. His mechanics are a little bit better, so he always has a little bit more probes than JF for the most part. But he does have 3 Reavers coming up. JF, he may be in trouble now. NonY is macroed very well. He's coming back for another attack. Here he goes. 3 Reavers being dropped out. JF with only 2, and
no shuttle for JF too, so he can't really help out these Reavers here. It's all going to be about target firing. Looks like the Reavers from hell here from NonY are going to come in here. Dud Reaver, or Dud Scarab, excuse me. Now he's down on Dragoons. He can actually move in here and go for the kill move. He takes out this expansion. The gateways are going to be out of position where he can't actually reinforce this and get onto the low ground. This could be game right here.
Man, if this is game, this is also set and match because NonY is up 2-1. JF on his last legs here. It is over, folks. It looks like JF, yeah, absolutely no way for him to possibly come back from here. He's going to lose his expansion, and JF is going to have to play in the 3rd to 4th place match next week against the loser of Mondragon Sen. By the way, that is tomorrow. Make sure you're back here, same time, same place. But look at this. NonY just finishing him off. The killing blows. JF, he played it well, but that one attack with the Reavers behind, that's what cost him this game, Tasteless.
There you go. Wow, we know the results.
We know the results. Yeah.
Those were great games, too. Very high level PvPs.
Yes.
I really enjoyed to see how complex the Reaver play got. These guys both really bank in on their incredible Reaver control, and we got to see some really high-level games. I would definitely watch those games again if you're a Protoss versus Protoss player trying to just improve on the matchup.
That's right. Well, NonY has won 3-1, and we're going to have another interview with him. This guy, he takes every time he can to, give us an interview for the community, and they are always quite fun to hear. So let's go ahead and see if we can talk to NonY here. Let's see here. 1 second. All right, NonY, are you there? NonY. Hello, NonY. Wait a minute here. I think I've been tricked. I think I've been duped. NonY is not talking to me right now. Let me MSN this nerd. Well, it looks like NonY has actually gone AFK, probably to celebrate his victory. So let's talk about tomorrow's matches while we wait a moment for NonY to get back here, because I know you all love NonY interviews, man. So we're going to try to get him back, but tomorrow what we're going to have is Mondragon against Sen. Now, this is such an exciting blast from the past. JF and NonY both came up around 2008, but Sen and Mondragon have been around since the beginning of time almost. Mondragon becoming famous back in the old WG Tour days. Sen always being a big name in the foreigner scene. Two of the original macro Zergs, two of the original guys dominating the entire foreigner scene. Mondragon, of course, has never retired. Sen coming out of a retirement more recently, but doing just superbly, getting quite far in WCG Grand Finals and whatnot, and taking out Rhett in the TSL already. Meanwhile, Mondragon took out Bradokay and Phoenix. So, pretty awesome players coming up tomorrow. That'll be broadcast by Chill and Day9, two amazing Zergcasters for you in a ZVZ. Do not miss that. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, and it's going to be Ling-filled, because as you saw, Sen, he made a lot of Lings against Rhett. And, well, let's see here. Let me check if we can get NonY just back here. Just a moment, please. Okay, we do have NonY. He's fixing his mic. And we will have that interview commence momentarily here. Okay, so right now NonY is basically trying to fix his mic. He is a StarCraft player, not a computer nerd, so give him time. Don't hate on him. Well. No idea, WTF, OMG, TT. That is,
Alright, I'm gonna come back over here. I can pretend to be NonY right now.
Alright, well, NonY Tasteless. Taste.
Listen up, you nerd Zergs on the other side of the bracket. Smash your faces. We're still waiting for NonY to get his mic fixed.
That's right.
When he does, we're gonna get an interview conducted with him. But man, that guy won a lot of money.
Dude, he's won at least 5K. That's a lot of money.
I hope he spent some of it on us.
He better, man. Next time I see NonY, he's gonna buy me a nice dinner. And I'm not talking about just pizza, man. If he wants to give me pizza, he's getting me pizza twice.
Yeah, he better, man. I want veal, I want something expensive and
You want veal? What
and
are you
involves
cruel
suffering.
or the best foods involve
just like
suffering.
JF's experience in that game. No, man, those were great PvP. Very, very high level. I really enjoyed them. We're still waiting for notification on exactly whether or not NonY is going to get this thing working.
Right. We've analyzed the match quite a bit. Let's talk about StarCraft 2 beta a little bit. Came out a few days ago.
That's
We've
all
been
I
playing
know.
like crazy, man. It's for all you nerds out there that are reading everyone else's Chobo opinions. Let me tell you the truth about it right now. The Queen, the larva injection ability is absolutely imbalanced, which makes roaches entirely too strong, so you can make a billion of them in the early game. And that is not an exaggeration.
I think something they could fix would be how much that. What is it called? What is the building called that you get to make the roaches?
The Roach Warden.
The Roach Warden or something like that. I think it needs to be more expensive.
Well,
by a lot, because there's something awkward
but...
about the timing of the roach. It just suddenly there's so many roaches getting there so quickly.
But that's larva injection, man. That actually it just makes the queen way too strong. You should be injecting less larva.
I would fix the cost of the roach building, and I would change the amount of mana for the queen.
Yeah, something like that might work out a little bit better. Maybe 50 energy or something. The queen definitely way too strong. And so yeah.
I've been playing random. It's been a real blast. I don't feel like I have the full feel of the game yet, but it's a lot of fun. I've been testing out a lot of different builds. Okay.
And about the next round of the TSL, it looks like first place is going to be $10,000, second place $5,000, third place 2.5K, fourth place 1K. JF, of course, will battle the loser of Mondragon Sen. Who do you think is going to take the Mondragon Sen match down, Tasteless?
You know, I don't know. I would say Mondragon, but then again, Sen is playing abnormally well lately. You know, Sen, for me, at least the way I always remembered him, was an old school player.
Yeah.
Kind of like you and me.
Yeah.
I mean, he was one of these guys I played with a lot back when World Game Tour was still up, and now he's back again and he's dominating. So it's kind of weird to see him up here doing so well. Not that he was ever he fell off the map and became bad, but it's just odd to see him here and he's owning so much. So Sen could take this one up and trick him. But either way, when NonY's in the finals, it's going to be pretty tough for him. I mean, I know he's good at PvZ. I think he's the best PvZ in not just the United States, but that entire hemisphere. I think both these Zergs very sneaky, and that's what it's going to take to beat somebody like NonY. You're not going to out macro NonY.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Sen and Mondragon are both macro Zergs. It should be an amazing match. I absolutely cannot wait for it. And also, JF, he has some really interesting PvZ as well, so the third, fourth place match is going to be quite good as